many of you know he's the God of peace? How many know in the Beatitudes, blessed are the peacemakers? And we know that what he did in his life was to establish peace. But then we get a statement like this from out of nowhere who says, I didn't come to make peace, but I came with the sword. And so the Lord began to deal with me on this, because when we go back to looking at the sword in the Old Testament was a physical instrument, right? It was a sword. But as I've been preaching about the continuation of Israel and the ecclesia, or the church is the continuation of Israel in the fulfillment of whatever was in the Old Testament, right? So in other words, I didn't come to destroy the Torah, but I came to fulfill it, right? He didn't change it. So the Lord began to deal with me. Then what is the sword? And if you're like me, you think automatically back to Hebrews 4:12, right? How many of you learned it in Vacation Bible School? For the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, right? And is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. In other words, it says the word of God is like a sword that divides truth from non-truth, right? That divides morality from immorality, that divides doctrine that's from heresy. It is the sword that divides it. And this is the word of God.